PR Connections Radio presents.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Evelyn's Roundtable. This podcast highlights a host of relevant topics. Our conversations share voices of women of color, Black women veterans and veterans, allies, candidates, and elected officials, entrepreneurs, teachers, students, and others. We also explore important issues and challenges such as grassroots leadership, job training, homelessness, and mental health advocacy, accountability, male inclusion, and civics. Our mission statement is to empower all women. Do you hear me? All women to hold hands as we rise. Well, hello, everyone.
Hey.
And I'm glad that both of you are on here. And I know it's late, and well, not late, but just thank you both for being on here. I really appreciate, especially Denisse. I really appreciate you being on here because of what you're doing in the community. And you might not think of you being a leader, but you are. You are being a leader because you are in a trade that is non-traditional, and you kicking booty too. So that's the other part. And Camille, thank you too. And I know that you're doing things too. You got a whole lot of things on your plate, and all of that. So can we just start with you, Camille? Just an introduction on yourself.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me to your show, Evelyn. I am so excited to be a part of Evelyn's Roundtable tonight. My name is Kamilah Bywaters. I'm running for the Board of School Trustees in District E. I'm also the president of the Las Vegas Alliance of Black School Educators and the co-chair for the National Association of Equal Justice in America. And I'm a licensed teacher and an advocate and activist in our community. And my realm of the world is in education. So thank you so much for having me. I look forward to our discussion.
And you did your degrees.
Oh yeah. So I have a master's in education, a master's in divinity, and I'm completing my PhD in special education.
Yes.
Thank you for reminding me to state that.
Yes, we got to give all the accolades, y'all. We got to give all of it. Let everybody know what we're doing out here.
Right.
Yes, that's very important. And Denisse, can you please introduce yourself, please? And thank you again for being on here.
Thank you. I'm Denisse Meza. I'm currently in the Union Local 525. I went to college for welding. I have an associate's degree in welding technology, and that's about it. I'm 22 years old.
Ooh, yes, and only 22, y'all.
Wow.
And two, what apprenticeship are you in currently?
Plumbers, pipe fitters, HVAC welders.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. She's currently, y'all, in the 525 Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union. And guess what else? She's welding, y'all. She's welding. And only 22. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
I love it. Congratulations.
Yeah, I wish I had my head together at that age.
Thank you.
That would have been good, right? Wow. So let's start off with our topic is challenges for women in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
What is, because we know there's a whole lot, right? There's a lot of challenges for women, but not only for women, but there's challenges for women of color. We also know that too. So Camille, what do you have to say about that? I know there's probably a whole lot, but something that you
know it's a whole lot. What are some of the challenges? I think I want to start with the self first, believing that we women can do the work that is before us and having the confidence and feeling worthy that we are the ones who are chosen for this particular work. And then to move boldly in that space or calling or ministry or whatever it is that you call it for yourself. I think that can be the challenge, is to believe that you're worthy of the work. Right. And I feel that we prepare ourselves And we do all the things that we need to do to be in the spaces that are meant for us. And we just have to walk boldly into that space.
This is true. This is true. That's interesting that you would even say that. I'm seeing my a therapist. I decided that I need to sit on the couch, and
Ooh,
I think everybody needs to sit on the couch, to be really
Yeah.
honest. And that was one of the things that came up yesterday, matter of fact. And she said, you just need to recognize what you're doing and the progress you're making versus what someone else is doing, what else somebody else is making, right? And recognize yourself for doing what you're doing, because I think as women we don't do that. We often, oh yeah, that person did that, and I think we, when it comes to saying accolades, right, we kind of like, oh, maybe not, or however that works, right? So Denisse, what are some challenges that you think you're facing as being a woman in Nevada?
Being a woman in Nevada is very hard, like work wise, getting the information you need, knowing the people you need to know to get those jobs, because it's really based on who you know, getting yourself out there, and being a woman taken seriously, not just, being looked at as a stereotypical woman to do the stereotypical things. So I think those are the challenges just in general for a woman, is just being taken serious outside the box.
Ooh, wee. Yes, that was like three subjects right there. That was like three of them, and you're right. Being taken serious, right? And and again, doubting yourself and not and thinking that you can't do it, right? And I can't do it, and oh my gosh, I know I can't do it. But then when you have somebody that lets you know that you can do it, right? It's like, oh wow. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. I call it jumping off the cliff. That's the way
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Denisse.
And it's
Go
also
ahead.
based on information provided to you where you live, like east side, north side, west side, different avenues of information, which is not the same everywhere, even though
Right.
we live in a small city.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's a great point. That can be a challenge. And as I don't even know how old I'm, like 40 something. And I'm just now learning things that I did not know. And what do we do when we just don't know? Like, you have to have some type of support to know, like, even when you're typing in Google's not going to search anything for you unless you tell it what to search. And we can't search for things that we don't know about. And I think that talks about one of the challenges of our communities, is that the status quo has created such a divide and this scarcity mindset that we have the haves and the have-nots. And, there's only space for me, and there's not space for we. And that can be a challenge, especially for, women who don't have the resources or know what the resources are that are available to them. And, yeah, Denisse. Oh, I thought you were
Go
going to
ahead.
Yeah, I think that's a challenge that I hope that we continue to just overcome.
Yeah. And that's big though, right? I mean, we can use Nevada Women Trades, for example, right? And even right now, we're getting ready to do a class again in October. And I get these emails or phone conversations and, well, I didn't know you were here. And, well, how long you been here? And I'm like, going on 6 years. Well, why isn't your information out here? And it's almost like they put it on me. Like, why are you not out here? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing it? And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I've been around for 6 years and we are having classes. We have had classes, but when you don't have help with getting the information out there, right? There's gatekeeping with that even, because I'm like, well, wait a minute. Walmart advertises, right? McDonald's advertise. So why isn't the trades, the schools, why are they not advertise. It's just interesting to me. It's almost like Denisse said, it's like we can say a clique, right? We can say silos or however you want to say it, but it's like a group, right? That you get the information, but if you're not part of that group, you don't get the information. Yeah. And this town is not big. Everybody thinks Vegas is huge. No.
Right.
No.
Absolutely. But you know what? And I think that's the beauty of and that's why I think it's so beautiful that when women step into their calling or what their work is, we reach one, teach one. Like today, I'm meeting you today, Denisse, and this is a connection that we will make. And listen, I love Local 525. Okay, I absolutely do. I really do. So these connections that we make, and me hearing about the work that you're doing, now I can go and share that with someone else. Like the same thing that I do with Mama Evelyn. I just learned so much more about her in the last radio interview that she just did. So now, as we learn more about each other, we go out and we share that information, and we just hope that it spreads and get more women into what they would like to do in society. That's what I'm about.
Yeah, exactly. And what I learned from Evelyn was I thought construction was just construction. I didn't know about unions. So that was the big turning point, where unions and getting in them. I didn't even know they existed until Evelyn was talking to me about them. Wow. And speaking on the therapist, my therapist actually showed me her flyer when I had a therapist, I think 2-3 years ago. She's the one that introduced me to Evelyn's program.
Yeah, isn't that something? A therapist, y'all. Somebody that's really in that community, right? In the community. Somebody that is a leader in the community, and obviously someone that promotes women. That's part of that too, right? And that's the other part of this, being diverse, being inclusive, and including us in things. And construction, everybody's, construction is hard. No, it's not. It's staying with it, right? It's going to work. It's to me, it's beautiful. I love it. I do, because when you build something, I think you can even talk about this, Denisse. When you're welding, the feeling that you get after you done welded something and it went up in the air, but that's something. The pride of it.
It's cool knowing that you helped spawn to something big.
Yeah, that's a big part, because even when I go on the strip, I just went on the strip the other night, right? And I was, because we had to go to the Aces game. Yeah. And I was looking at the Crystal's Crystal Veer, all those little hotels right there. And I was like, wow, I helped do that. You want to finish what you're saying, Denisse?
I love that.
Denisse, did you want to say anything else? She's probably on. She's frozen again. But yeah, it's really a beauty. Even today, I went to the government. Okay, go ahead.
Where did you guys left off on?
We left off. Oh,
she froze it a little bit.
I was wondering if you guys heard what I left off at.
No. Nope, we didn't hear it.
It's okay. But Evelyn, I think you brought up something like really that I love. You being able to see how your work manifests, that like there's beauty in that, that we were a part, like being a part.
I was just adding on to what you were saying, that it's nice.
Oh, okay.
Right. She's coming in and out.
Yeah, that's okay. Yep. I'll just stop when I need to stop.
Right. Right. Keep rolling.
And it's really, and when I think about the challenge of, women not having, of us having just to fight for opportunities, fight to be a part of the work, it's like there's a bigger picture here that's being said. Like, you're not, when there's these challenges and hoops that we have to go through, what you're saying is that you don't value or want to or allow women to contribute to society.
Yes. Yes.
And that's shameful.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That and that is right. And saying I deserve to be in this space. I can do this, right? Again, construction, I think, I mean, it's really something, to build things, to do that. But the hype of it, I think, is a little high. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to do things to be able to work in construction, because there is certain things you have to do. Right. What I'm saying is that, like reentry, we can go there, right? They have, don't really talk about reentry, and I get when I go do resource fairs for Second Chance, those that are coming in there, and it's almost, it's like, well, I can go in here and get in the trades. I can do this. Well, of course you can do that.
Right. Absolutely.
Pretty much. Yeah. And then I have to say, you know what? You can do whatever you want to do.
Absolutely.
Do not let your past dictate your future. Do not let that happen. Yeah. Denisse, you want to say anything?
No, I'm good. I'm just trying to catch up right now.
Right. Yeah, I wanted you to talk about your welding and how you because I think that's beauty. That's art.
Gosh, yes. I don't even really understand what it is. I would love to hear, what is the work of a welder?
So right now I was at the shop doing OLEDs and flanges, which is basically connection points for the pipe. That's what I was mostly doing in the shop. And then I was also doing a bugger machine. It's kind of like a computer that cuts the pipe into your bevels and stuff. Mm-hmm. And now I'm doing, they call it welding, it's called a aquatherm, and it's plastic pipe, and that's welding too. And it's plastic fusion, which is pretty cool too. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm doing right now.
That fusion is something, y'all. We that powerhouse on the way out to California, before you cross state line, that was, I did fusion, and it was 8-inch. Was it 8-inch? 8-inch, 12-inch, and it's a big, huge machine, and you got to be careful with that machine too, because it's hot. Anything can go wrong, right? You got to be prepared for anything, honestly. And you got to watch your fingers, all of that, right? It's
yeah. I burned myself today, but
that's what. Yeah, it's hot.
You just got to be careful.
Think of it like this: as two big irons, right? Squishing together to make it seal,
melt. Yeah. Yep.
And it's hot as I don't know what. Because you don't touch it. Because think about it, right?
500 degrees. Yep.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Putting that together. That is, ooh. Yeah. Yeah. So, but you're inside though. You're not outside, right? You're in the shop.
No, I switched over to the actual field. So we're doing like on-field fusion.
Good.
And it's really nice in the building. It's like air conditioned.
Yeah, that's always nice.
Yeah.
That's always nice when you're inside the building and
that cool air.
That's always nice. And that's the other part too, which is a challenge, right? Working construction means you're outside. Mm-hmm. But to me, that's where the money is, y'all.
Okay.
That's where the money is. That's what I don't want to tell Denisse's business, but she made some good money last year, y'all. I don't want to tell her business, but she made some good money.
Okay, Denisse.
22, y'all, and the money she's making at 22.
Wow, I love that.
Wow, and a woman of color.
That overtime.
Yeah, that's where it's at. That's where.
Congratulations! I love that.
Yeah. The goals of getting a car or a truck or going on vacation and it's just ain't nothing like it. It's just such a a pride and independence and all of that. And so, Kamilah, I wanted to get back with you on challenges.
Okay.
So what type of challenges have you been facing? Because you are like doing a few things right now. So there's certain challenges I'm thinking, even as running, because that's not easy either.
No, it's not. And I've learned a whole lot of heap of stuff as I've been a candidate in this space. You know, I when I growing up, I learned like people either, and I don't get this at all. Actually, maybe I do. People either really liked me or they hated me. It was either or. And when I played soccer back in the day, like all through high school, I played in college at Howard University. So I'm very competitive. And when it came to my sport, I was super duper competitive. So I kind of understood like when people didn't like me because I could have like a little mean streak sometimes. But as I got older, I started to really, I started to think the impact that individuals, impact that I could have on somebody else's emotions, feelings. I was like, okay, Kamilah, you got to tone this down a little bit. But what's interesting is that when I turned nice, people still either like me or they hate me. And it's very fascinating because as I'm running for office, I have literally done, and I don't want to say all the things, but most of the things to prepare myself to be this educated person, knowledgeable person, skilled person for the role of a trustee. Not only getting the master, I'm going to start with my bachelor's because that's important too. My bachelor's in psychology, master's in education, master's in divinity, and working on my PhD in special education. And I don't say that to be like, oh, this, I got this and that. First and foremost, I worked hard and earned all of those. And I say that to say that, I really took time to learn the field of education. And that's still not enough. And I'm going to say not enough for the haters out there. It's still not enough. I've even spent time at school board meetings, supporting students and their families, teachers, administrators, support staff. And that's still not enough. And it's like society, there's some people in society, and, I'm putting my finger on it. It's really, some people are really committed to diminishing the work of Black women, period. And I'm experiencing that right now. And they're trying, but that stuff, listen, when we stay committed to what it is that our goals are and our dreams and our ambition, can't nobody stop that. If anything, what they're doing is making themselves look like a something, whatever it is. Right. But I'm making that point to say is that in this society that has that, and I feel like our new generation of young people, I really feel this refreshing from young people that they will begin to really dismantle this work that our traditional, colonial society has created, that we are just never enough. I have literally done all of the things. And there's people who do not like me, have never had coffee with me, have never sat at a table to break bread with me, have never had a conversation with me. And that's why I value these type of conversations, Evelyn, because it gives people an opportunity to understand my heart for this work. And I love a good conversation anyway. But it is absolutely fascinating, the opinions that people come up with. And it's like, in a way, you would be very fascinated on how me already doing this work in some ways has been an advantage, but it's also been a disadvantage because people have been so critical of me and the way that I have been an advocate at school board meetings. They're like, oh, we don't like her, she's this and that. But I'm like, but I'm the person who's been showing up. And then there's people out here who ain't never showed up, and you're more willing to support them, and you ain't never seen them. At least I'm giving you who I am. I will meet with you. I will talk with you. My whole schedule this week, the rest of this week, is filled with meeting with people. And I really appreciate, I don't want to take up the whole 30 minutes because we're at 24 something, but I value a good conversation. I think it's really important that people get to know me because my heart is really in to doing the right thing for our community. And the challenge is for me as a Black woman is to stay focused on the prize and, don't allow the negativity to diminish the work that I have done and that I will continue to do. Because whatever y'all say, y'all gonna say. The naysayers, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. But guess what? I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Hence why I'm in the position that I am in now.
Yeah. Denisse, can you tell everybody what year that you're in?
I'm going to be a third year. I start tomorrow, my first day of third year.
See, congratulations. And how many years is the apprenticeship that you're going through?
5 years.
5 years. And so the third year, that means you're
really quick.
It doesn't it though? Doesn't it? You're really surprised how fast it goes, right? And I think we had this conversation too. I said it's going to go fast. I said, you think that? Nope, this is going to go really fast because you're third year. So now you're doing welding, right? The third year, you welding?
Yes.
Your welding class
for school.
So your first year, can you tell them what your first year and your second year was, and the third year is can you explain that?
So first year was an overview of all the years. So it went a little bit, it dipped your fingers into everything. And then it's also math, a lot of math. And then your second year is plumbing. So everything to do with plumbing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Now, did you start out of high school?
No. So right out of high school, I went to college. I worked at Starbucks. And then after Starbucks, I worked in a welding shop.
Cool.
Doing ornamental iron, which was really cool. I liked it a lot. And then that's when I went over to the union.
I love that.
Yes. Yeah. It's something in a female welder is beautiful. Beautiful. Too bad. Yeah. Oh gosh, I didn't think about grabbing some of your welds because I know you got some. I didn't think about that so you could show us oh man, it's art. Art is definitely art. And too, Denisse, and I think too, challenges are still there for you because you are third year. You haven't journeyed out. So you're apprentice, correct? You're an apprentice. Yeah. So there's a difference with being an apprentice than being a journeyman, journey person, journey woman, however you want to say it. It's a whole different because I think there's a lot of challenges you are going through.
Yes. So to be an apprentice, you're allowed to make mistakes, not get in trouble for them. It's like a saying, you're journeyman. When you're apprentice, you don't get blamed for anything.
Ooh,
but I'm getting close to being a fifth year, and you gotta get out of the mentality, because then it's gonna be hard when you journey out. So
I love that.
So the 5 years go by quick. I already feel it. I still wish I was the first year. I'm I still haven't learned enough, even though I've been doing it for 2 years, and it's still not enough. There's just endless amount of new things you can learn on the field.
Yeah.
And it's something, right? I mean, that's why I always would, and before I left, I would look at what I put in the air, and then when I come in the morning, I'd look at it again, about being independent too, Denisse. Wow. Because this is being in the trades, and what you're doing is being independent, right? It's not like you got a whole lot of, and you can't do too many oops either. Even though she's saying that you can do, there's if you make a mistake, that's not good, because that costs money, right?
Yeah, you can make a mistake, but learn from it. Don't do it again, and just continue learning. Ask a lot of the questions that you need. Take your time, because then when you start panicking, that's when the mistakes start pouring in. But it's do your best, and if you have a passion for it, you will succeed.
Oof, that's a good note, right? You have a passion for it, you will succeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you will
That's so
succeed.
beautiful.
It's I just even now that I'm on the other side of this and helping women get in there, it's still the challenge again for me is I'm just always still surprised that women don't know what construction is. That just still baffles me that you go in and I love because I always use Denisse Walmart. I always tell everybody go in Walmart. I think Walmart is the perfect place to go in to look at trades. If you go in Walmart and you look up in the ceiling, it's right there. You have you have your plumbing, you have your fire,
Yeah.
869, you have your sheet metal, right? You have all of that.
Painters.
Yes.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all right there. Just like
I like
that's what
Costco.
it is.
Yeah.
I like looking at Costco. I was like, oh, it's really nice.
See? And
Yeah.
that's and then that becomes the other part of it, right? When you go in somebody's house or you go to somewhere somebody and you're like, ooh, and you can tell that it's not level. You can tell that it's all, and you just kind of like, and it's horrible because it becomes really like an obsession, pretty much, y'all. To where you look, I'm like, ooh, because your eye, you can see when it's not level. You can see when it's not plumb. You can, I mean, literally, you can see it. I mean, well, we can see it.
Yeah, y'all can because I didn't miss all of it. Y'all got that eye. I love this. Oh my gosh. And you know what? This conversation is really helping me because in the role that I'm going for the school board, it is so important that our young people, our young women understand this opportunity and are able, because not everybody wants to go to college, you know.
No.
So this is this is beautiful. Thank you so much for just sharing. I'm excited.
Not everyone wants to go to college, and not only that, this generation is about money, quick money.
Yeah.
Right? I need, but then it even comes down to this, right? And I'm using again reentry. You have a woman that comes out of jail. She needs to pay rent. She needs to probably, if she has kids, or maybe she has a family member that needs something, or or she has to take care of. It's important. You know, you can't, everybody says, oh, well, just go wait and we'll come back. No, it's not always like that, right? Sometimes they need to pay their mortgage then and there, or the utility bills, or again, maybe a family member needs something, emergency came up or something. And oh yeah, Denisse, how much you making right now? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, she'll hear it. She'll come back in there.
I was like, I was being all nosy, like, let me hear this.
What was that question?
How much are you making right now an hour? Or will make when you're third year? Because I know it changes.
Oh, right now. Yeah, so I think it should have changed this week. So I was making 32.40, and it should be up right now. I haven't even checked. I think it's going to be up maybe 34. 34.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to go up again.
But all that overtime, it helps.
It's something. I mean, wow. 22 years old and making that kind of money, y'all. I mein, dang, if we all could wake up when we 22.
Listen.
Instead of waiting. Oh my gosh. And it's like, what have you been doing? Because time does fly. It really does. Your age creeps up on you, and I call it being stuck. You can't stay stuck, y'all. You got to do things. And again, I call it jumping off the cliff. You got to, and don't listen to the gray noise, because it's always going to be there. It's always going to happen. Somebody's always going to have something negative to say, everybody. Absolutely. They're always going to tell you, and then just know that your journey is your journey.
Absolutely.
It is not their journey. It's your journey. And my other statement is, you come in this world by yourself, you leave this world by yourself, everybody. Absolutely. So that's a whole big thing here. Camille, you want any last words?
Again, thank you so much. I think you gave me an opportunity to share a little bit more of who I am. and share with voters like why I'm doing this work. You know, my heart is really in it, and you know, I can give you a good backroom argument and fight. So I'm ready for that too. But also know that I am kind, I'm compassionate, and I understand the challenges that I face, the challenges that women face, and I look forward to serving our community as a school board trustee.
Right.
Well, thank you so much for just giving me this space. I love this platform.
And I also want to give Lavatsy a shout out.
Thank you.
And Tracy Lewis a shout out.
Woohoo!
And the general shout out. And,
yes,
and Shaquila a shout out. I want to give all those women that are hanging in there with you.
Yeah.
And,
oh my gosh.
And being there when you need us. And that's important too, to be there when you need us.
Exactly.
That's very important.
That is important. And I do want to just echo the thank you, because it's not every day that you have people, women, who are committed like that. And I'm very thankful for each name that you have called.
Yes. It's wow. But it encourages me too, though. So when you think, oh yeah, no, it encourages me and it empowers me.
Yeah.
Because I know that, okay, well, wait a minute. They on their throne over there doing some stuff, but I got to get with mine too, you know?
Yeah,
and,
it is. It's inspiring.
It really is. It really is. And Denisse, again, I am just, oh my gosh, so proud of you. And to have known you as long as I've known you, and to have been on this journey with you has been amazing. And wow, and I brag about you. I do.
Thank you.
I brag about you. I do. I'm like, wow, she's 20 something. Yeah, oh my goodness. And to make a decision that you made, you could be doing anything.
Yeah.
Seriously. You could be doing anything. You could be anywhere. Yeah. But look what you're doing. You're leading the way.
Oh, yeah.
You're a leader. Seriously. You're a leader in this community. And everybody needs to recognize that too. And you're a woman of color at that.
Yeah.
That's big.
Get it, Denisse.
Thank you.
So proud of you.
No, yeah, I really appreciate your time. And it really made me see, Kamilah, your struggles too. I wouldn't assume you would have struggled in the career you were trying to get in, but hell yeah, keep the fight on.
Thank you.
I love that one. Keep the fight on. Oh, hell yeah. Keep the fight.
There's going to be haters everywhere.
Hey, they're going to hate. Let them do what they do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just put them blinders on, ladies. Put them blinders on and keep moving. And,
absolutely.
You know, and like I you know, because when you do jump and you're going to have scrapes, there's going to be times where you're going to be like, what the heck am I doing? Right. Why am I doing this? But that's part of life, you know, and I wish my mom would have told me that life wasn't a bowl of cherries, because I definitely would have looked at it different.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, there's always ups and downs, always, right? But to me, you got to remember there's that rainbow over there. And then something, even now, you know, when things are going wrong, like, and we want to talk about my kids and everything, but anyway, we ain't finna go there right now. But I even think about, why am I going through this? What's the reason why I'm going through this? And did I learn what I went through, right? And because I know we want to be negative when we go through things, but I feel that, okay, I'm going through this, but what's the joy getting ready to happen? Because I usually think when things get all cray-cray, that means something really special is getting ready to jump off. And I wait for it, because I don't want to deal with the other stuff, right? So I'm learning that negativity, I got to look at the brighter part of what they say, what's that saying about looking at the something in the silver lining? There we go.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Looking at the silver lining and things that are happening to you. So that to me is what we need to be doing, you know? And Denisse, tell your dad I said hello, and your sister, and tell him I said hello.
I will.
Yes, tell him we need to all meet up and eat somewhere.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
I love it.
Yes, we need it. Yeah, when Denisse
Right.
graduated out of Nevada Women in
Oh
Trades,
yeah, we should.
her
Carne
family came.
asada.
Yes, and they were very special. Like, wow, really supported her. And her dad really supported her. And that really, I was very happy about that. And that, because usually that's hard, sometimes the men don't support us.
Right.
Let's keep doing what we're doing,
Yeah.
and or they think that you're coming in on their territory. Wait a minute, hey, we can ride together and wave together and make money together, or help the family stay together because of the money that's coming in. So it's a lot that comes with being a woman. So I think it was appropriate to have this as a topic.
Absolutely.
Challenges.
Yeah. Thank
100%.
you, Evelyn.
Yeah, we go through a lot, y'all. We do. But that's all right.
Yep.
That's all right. That's all right. Well, unless anybody has anything else to say, anything else you want to got you thinking about? You want to get out there real quick? Okay.
That's it. I'll just chime out with this. My name is Kamilah Bywaters. Again, I'm running for the Board of School Trustees in District E, and I'm hoping to earn all the listeners' votes.
And what area is that, E?
So, District E is Summerlin, Spring Valley area, and out towards Blue Diamond.
Oh. There you go. Yes, y'all.
That's nice.
She's out here. Yes. Yeah, she's out here. She really is. Camille's really out here, y'all, doing the work, y'all, helping the kiddos, which is what we need to be focusing on, is the kiddos. Yeah. That's important, y'all. To me, that's my pension and my Social Security. So we really got to focus on that.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave it off with the mission statement, and I think it's really a good mission statement, is to empower all women. And I really meant that, to empower all women. Mm-hmm. And I want us to hold hands as we rise, because typically women do not hold hands as we rise. And I think we need to be doing that. So empowering women to hold hands as we rise, that is the focus.
Awesome.
Thank everybody. Thank both of you for coming on here.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.